Another DACA recipient has been detained by Immigration and Customs Enforcement here in El Paso. Advocates say he's being held unlawfully. Paulo Gamez Lira was detained at his home last month and has been held at the Otero County Processing Center ever since. Christian Andrade explains why immigrant advocacy groups are pushing for his release.
I spoke with an attorney from the ACLU of New Mexico and the executive director of Las Americas Immigrant Advocacy Center. Both of them say Paulo's detention is completely unconstitutional. Let's take a listen.
He was detained in front of his home, in front of his children, and unfortunately, as he was being taken away, his arm was dislocated, and it was a very violent form of aggression towards someone with legal status to be in the United States.
He's been separated from his loved ones, held at the Otero detention facility in New Mexico. He has a baby who's a newborn, who's sick, who badly needs him. Other kids under 10 who are counting on him, and a U.S. citizen wife. All the kids are also U.S. citizens. And he's just had his whole world upended for no good reason.
Paulo Cesar Gamez Lira is a DACA recipient who was detained just outside of El Paso on August 13th. DACA recipients are categorized as children who were brought to the U.S. and may not know anything but their life in America. The program allows those children to stay in the U.S. under certain conditions, like not getting any criminal charges against them. I spoke to several attorneys representing him who claimed there was no reason for him to be detained. However, he did have an interaction with police about a decade ago.
He had a very minor run-in with the cops back when he was a teenager, where he got charged with possession of marijuana, and it got dropped down apparently to a disorderly misconduct. We're still running down some information about exactly what happened there. But that was 10 years ago. He was 17. He's gotten his DACA renewed over and over again since then. He hasn't had any trouble with the law since then.
Becca Sheff is the senior staff attorney with the ACLU of New Mexico. Her office is pairing up with a private law firm to represent him on the federal side.
We've filed the habeas petition for Paulo. We're essentially coming into court saying his detention is unlawful, it's unconstitutional, and the government needs to show up and explain whether they have any good reason whatsoever to hold him, and if not, he needs to be released immediately.
And Marisa Limon Garza is the executive director of Las Americas Immigrant Advocacy Center. Her office is handling Paulo's local immigration proceedings.
Two different channels, one main strategy, but we have to, at this point in time, protect people using all these different kinds of mechanisms to make sure that people that are lawfully here have access to the protection that they have earned and literally paid for. Because when you're a DACA recipient, you apply every 2 years with a fee of over $400 to have this status.
Now, the ACLU of New Mexico says they're waiting to hear when Lira will have his first court appearance. Meanwhile, we reached out to the Department of Homeland Security for comment on his case and on another DACA recipient taken into custody, but the agency has yet to respond. Reporting for ARC El Paso, I'm Christian Andrade.